Me and Matt here.
Killer Kyle.
You know what time it is.
Me and Matt's right through the night. Killer Kyle's got the size. Wheels of fury on the ground. Engine roaring in the sound. Feel the power, let it rise. With the battle in our eyes. Wheels of fury rolling strong. Together we will carry on. Wheels of fury, we charge the night. Against the odds, we fight for what's right. In this desert heat, we're living time. With spirits high, igniting the fire.
Hey, me and Matt here. This is Killer Kyle. And remember when we did this in the bathroom? Yeah, that didn't go very well. Now we're on location in my kitchen. Not that you really need to know this behind the scenes stuff, but we are in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be an interesting week because we've got Against All Odds, we've got Money in the Bank, and we've got Worlds Collide.
Right.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not talk about Against All Odds as it is this
Yeah.
Friday, June the 6th, the year of my Faja.
Faja.
Yeah. So,
Let's get to it.
a double or nothing in Arizona. This is also going to take place in Arizona. It's in a different city, which I've never heard of before,
Yeah, really.
But this should be a good show, and if you didn't watch Battleground, we watched that last night, go check out my live stream that I did with Kyle on his apartment.
Wheels of fury, we charge the night.
So we're gonna have a match for the International Championship. And Steve Macklin is set to defend the title against Mance Warner.
Right.
The Southern Psycho? They call him?
Two big ass dudes. One guy's a military guy, the other guy's, as Kyle said, Southern psychopath.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Steve can hold on to the title a bit longer.
Yeah.
I think Vance will get it eventually. Just not now.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I think Steve will go over on this one.
Wheels of fury, we charge the night. Against the...
Well, as we already talked about, the former TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Joe Hendry, going one-on-one with Frankie Kazarian.
Oh, I thought it was a...
There's not a...
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is... Okay,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. Okay, whatever. Yeah. You know, since losing the title, I don't know how to feel about that. Because, I mean... Yeah, look, I figure that losing the title to Trick Williams, it is what it is. I mean, you can agree with it. I don't know. I feel like the title should have never left TNA.
Right.
I feel like now this is a new era. Now anything goes. It's just one of those things where we're in a different time. I'm not saying that Trick didn't deserve it, but it's like, I don't even know where to go. Like, what happens when AAA comes into town? Like, who's gonna... Are we gonna see somebody from WWE with the AAA title? Or make a title? Like, I don't know. So... Anyways, it's hard to know. Frankie's a good wrestler. Joe's obviously a good wrestler, but this can go up in the air.
Yeah. As far as the TNA title should have never left TNA, I mean, on the one hand, yes, it shouldn't have, and it was inevitable.
I guess so, yeah.
Ain't got enough fire against the tide. Won't back down. We
A match where the winner becomes the official director of authority. Santino Marella versus Robert Stone.
Well, you know what? They're both wrestlers.
Well, yeah.
You can't deny that they're both wrestlers. I mean, look, when you had Adam Pearce coming into the WWE in 18, it was like, first of all, I'm pretty sure I saw him wrestle before then. But I even forgot he was a wrestler.
Right.
So, I feel like with Robbie E. and Santino Marella, look, they both wrestled in different times, obviously.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good match.
Yeah.
And I know Santino with his, I was going to say jiu-jitsu, but I think it's, Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
I believe so, yeah.
With his skills, I can definitely see him go over.
Probably, yeah.
I can't remember any matches that Robbie E had. I just remember him and Robbie V. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, to have Victoria Crawford come in,
Oh, yeah.
and then you have Robert Stone come in, I guess to be her manager, you could say. It's like, okay, fine, whatever, but then this whole thing with Robert Stone stealing Santino's badge, calling himself Sheriff Stone, and then we end up with this match is like, this is AEW territory as far as storyline is concerned.
Right. Yeah. I guess. I just... Because I remember they had Robert Stone wrestle NXT.
For a little bit, yeah.
And like they did with Adam Pearce, they made him a fucking chump.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, I still say Santino.
Yeah.
Like, let me ask you this. If you were to pick between Santino and Robert Stone, who would you pick?
I mean, if they go with Robert Stone as, the director of authority, it's like, what chaos is he gonna bring? Is he gonna just be all about, oh, Victoria gets this, Tessa gets this,
Yeah.
championship opportunities, this, that, and the other thing. Like, is he just gonna be like, biased and unfair? Or is he, gonna, give the people what they want, so to speak? At least with Santino, it's like, okay, he's for the fans, he understands the fans, he wants to see, he wants what's best not only for the company, but he also wants to give the fans, a good show as whatever they want.
Yes. And that's just it. When he was in WWE, he was a hell of a wrestler. They did try to push him.
Yeah.
Also to add that he was the greatest intercontinental champion of all of the times. And I was just saying to Kyle last night, we watched Battleground, Obafemi versus...
Obafemi versus Miles Bourne.
Yes. You may know that Miles was not going to win, but Oba made him look like $1 million.
Yeah, I said, Oba could have came into that match 5-minute squash and be done with it. But they had, I'll say, a good 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And yeah, he made Miles look great.
And when you think about Santino, here's a guy that was this close to winning the Royal Rumble
Yeah,
and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, let's put Santino over. I don't see anything wrong with that.
yeah,
I mean, he is kind of the, I don't want to say owner of the company, but
well, no, he's like you can say the general manager
right,
of TNA.
yeah,
Guys, the president of TNA, as we saw last night on when we were watching Battleground, is oh crap, what's his name? I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, Santino's not, he's like in charge, but he's not like, like president or whatever. He's just like the, I don't want to say secretary. Like, oh, you want to know this happens, so you're gonna have this match, and that you're gonna have this, gonna do that. Give direction, if you will.
Yeah, I can't think of his name either. No, we just watched the fucking show, huh?
Against the odds, we fight for what's right. In this desert,
For the TNA Knockouts Championship, Monster Slamovich defends against Lei Ying Lee.
This is gonna be a killer match.
Yeah,
I mean, I said that before. This is gonna be awesome. Again, two different styles. And I feel like, yeah, you know what? I can definitely say Lei Ying Ling. This is not ever gonna go well. I can definitely see Lei Ying Ling win the title.
I mean, you could call her Xia Li, that's what her name was in WWE.
Anyways. But no, seriously, I could see that happen.
More than likely.
Nothing against Masha. She's been a great champion.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure how many days.
Well, she defeated Jordan for the title at it was, I think it was in like March.
Yeah.
She held the title like 2 or 3 months.
But yeah, I think it's time for a new Knockouts champion.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, yeah, Monster has been a great champion. It'll definitely be interesting to see if they put the title on Lee.
with spirits high, ain't got enough fire. Against
The World Tag Team titles. We got the Nemesis versus the Rascals.
As much as I hate to say it, I don't see them losing.
Not likely.
I mean, the Rascals have already had a taste of the gold, so I don't see them winning.
Yeah,
And I think they're also NXT Tag Team Champions.
I believe so, yes.
So it's like, unfortunately, I don't see the Nimitz lose. Yeah.
Pretty much.
we will rise. Divided fate, the fate to stare. Yeah,
The TNA Heavyweight Championship. Oh, I see what it is. So, looks like there's going to be a match on Thursday between Trick Williams and Mike Santana. Whoever wins that will defend the title against Elijah at Against All Odds.
Well, I wasn't gonna do the prediction video on Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know. I know that Santana was at Battleground.
Yes. I got a feeling
sense.
it's Trek all the way.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't see Trek losing the title not long after getting the title. And so, like,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it'll be a good match between Trek and Mike. And it'll definitely be a good match between, if they, you know, I'm sure Trek will retain and Trek will face Elijah.
Yeah, I mean, look, you just put the belt on Trek. Don't have him lose. For the love of shit. God damn, like, seriously. And I mean, in that case, don't put the belt on Elijah either.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be a waste, honestly. Hey, we're gonna believe in this guy who's not a TNA wrestler,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna put the TNA title on him and then have him lose.
Yeah, exactly.
So no, I think Trick is gonna win on Thursday and then retain on Friday.
Right.
Well, this has been another episode of Wheels of Fury, and yeah, we'll try to figure. We'll probably end up doing what we usually do. I just thought this would be easier,
Yeah.
but and it did work.
Yeah.
Anyways, so join us next time. Money in the Bank, and then Worlds Collide. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yes, exactly.
So for me, Matt, this is Killer Kyle. We will talk to you next time. Deuces.
Later.